reading. Rightly said, we have one such Durga with us today who, in spite of being a dentist, had the courage to venture into a different field and has the backbone of our country's real heroes, that is, our farmers. She is none other than Sheetal Somani Kasar, the founder of Science for Society, which is an interdisciplinary group from different streams of engineering, medical sciences, and business management studies. Journey of S4S started in year 2008 with an objective to solve the problems of the society using science principles, innovations, and to drive out an enterprise which will commercialize these innovations. Welcome you, ma'am. Your journey will surely inspire each and everyone to fulfill their dreams. Now I hand over the reins to Ira to take to us through Sheetal ma'am's journey. Over to you, Ira.
Feminism isn't about making women strong. Women are already strong. It's about changing the way the world perceives that strength. Hello, everyone, and a very good evening. I, Ira Kabade, student of grade 9, welcome all of you here on behalf of Podar International School and Junior College Sangli for the celebration of women empowerment, that is Urja, on the occasion of Navratri, that is a 9-day celebration held across India and abroad to worship goddess Durga. On the 8th day of Navratri, we have invited a person who is leading the change for women in rural areas, empowering them with her company's farmer-friendly technology. She has been on a mission to uplift the underprivileged group, especially from the smaller pockets of India. That is Dr. Sheetal Somani Kasar. She is the co-founder and chief growth officer of S4S Technologies. She has done her educational qualification in BDS, that is Bachelor of Dental Surgery, and Diploma in Business Management. She has achieved a lot of things that we can only dream of. She has won bronze and silver medal at UNESCO's Engineering Award 2009 at Germany. She has also won third prize as the Young Innovator at India Innovation Initiative 2011. She has been the gold medalist at India Innovation Growth Program 2011 for Dental AutoX. She and her team had won a grand prize of $60,000 as the winner at Dell Social Innovation Challenge 2013 at Austin, USA for social conduction dryer in May 2013. She's also got a patent on her name, that is, she is an automatic dental X-ray processor. Indeed, these achievements of her make us proud as being Indian citizens. So now I think that we can move with a question answer session. Can we, ma'am?
Sure.
Okay, ma'am. So my first question is, being graduated in a medical field and then going into a direction completely different from it might have been a big change. So what was the spark of fire, I would say, that made you think of going into this field?
Okay, thanks for your question. So dentistry is about curating the smiles of the people and making them look good. But what if we can bring the smile within the people? Like if we help them for their empowerment and upgradation of their lifestyles through the daily wages creation at their own houses or at their own villages. So that is the real motivation behind this shift.
Thank you, ma'am. And I strongly agree with your decision. So my next question is, as we all know that until unless we struggle, we don't get success. So what were, ma'am, what were the obstacles that you faced in your path?
See, obstacles are always there because when you choose the difficult path, obviously the obstacles are there. If you choose the simple or the easy path, the obstacles are less. So starting from the family, because you're changing your stream completely to convince them, okay, I don't want to do the dental practice and I want to work for the farmers. That is the first level, to convince your parents why you want to do that. Then first thing is not even the parents. Before that, to convince yourself, Okay, sometimes it is the impulsive decision. Okay, I want to work for the farmers, I want to work for the social cause, and at the same time we feel like, no, I have studied 5 years for the dentistry, I was one of the toppers, and do I really want to change that? And then the intuition which really comes in, so starting the struggle and the obstacles in our mind, then with the family, and then with the society. So in the society also, if you go and talk to the farmer in a village and you go and say, "Nahi, mi dentist आहे पण तुम्ही माझं ऐका," no one will listen. Why they will listen to you? Because they are in the field since long. So first you have to go and listen to them. So that is one thing. And convincing, so talk to the farmer, understand their culture, understand their problems, be with them in the village, and spend the time actually at the field. Then only we can come over these obstacles. It's like connecting the different dots. At every dot there are certain different type of obstacles. One is the system, where you have to convince, because we are bringing the new technology, so it's a behavioral change. So if they are doing certain things conventionally, so that is a behavioral change for the farmers, women farmers. And convincing a women farmer at the village level, okay, this is a kind of machine you have to use and then it will help you. It's very nice to hear, but to make the people understand and implement and actually perform, it's another level. There we need to give them the actual hand holding. So the journey is there. It's not it like we have crossed all the obstacles. Obstacles are every day there in our life.
Thank you, ma'am. And I agree with your point that obstacles, yes, they come up every day in our life. My next question is that, as always, we experience ups and downs in our lives, due to which we also get demotivated at times. So, what were the things that kept you motivated on your path?
Uh, Here, the answer is very simple and clear. When one women farmer can earn at least the same wage what she is earning by doing the farm level work, and we can support her extra wages, and that extra wage what she is earning, that brings the lifestyle change in her life. She is spending more on the children's education, she is spending more on her health. So all these things, when it brings the smile on their faces. Initially, it was like when we went to some village, we have to visit multiple women and then convince them, okay, asa kara, tasa kara, you have to do this and that. Nowadays, when we enter the village, these all people, they come after us. No, we want this technology, we want this technology. And that is very simple because they like it and they are actually having benefit from it. So this thing keeps us motivated.
Thank you, ma'am. So, my next question is, looking back, are there any incidents or maybe indications from your childhood that foreshadowed you becoming an entrepreneur?
Okay, so there is a very, I can say, a funny type of incident, but I would like to share because Diwali is coming. As a kid, I liked pataka, the firecrackers, and sometimes our father, he is like, we can't spend that much on the firecrackers because it is creating pollution. At the same time, there is a budget for everything, and I know ki where I can buy the firecrackers at the cheaper price, but then I had to buy the firecrackers at the bulk quantity. Then I bought the firecrackers in bulk and sold to the other kids in the society. And at the same time, some kids were there who they could not afford the firecrackers. We also gave them certain firecrackers. So that time we earned a profit. We also saw the smile on the kids who cannot afford. At the same time, my father was convinced, okay, business kar sakti hai.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your experience. My next question is, how do you evaluate success as an entrepreneur?
It's very subjective thing. Success in terms of we usually calculate the success in terms of impact. How many women we impacted every year. At the same time, the technology what we are installing with the women farmer is a solar based technology, so it is saving the CO2. So we are calculating the carbon footprints also. So it's always the number of women we are impacting. Second factor, the CO2 in tons, how we are saving the CO2. We are not creating any pollution with that. And the third factor is this is a perishable product, the food products, what we are converting into the non-perishable ones. So we are saving on the food losses also. So these are the three parameters which are quantifiable, and we decide our path on these three quantifiable things.
Thank you, ma'am. So my next question is related to your profession and maybe linking back to the ancient time as well. So, ma'am, your industry is related to food and technology and farmers. So, is it nearby of somewhere the Gandhian vision of an ideal independent village?
Yes, definitely. It's the start because, see, I'll tell you, in 2013, when we applied for the Dell Social Innovation Challenge, and that time it was just a dream on a PPT slide that there is one village, all the farmers are having the single dryers. They will process the material at the farm level. There will be a collection center. All the material will be collected at the collection center, and then it will be sold to a food industry, and it will create the wages or the employment at the rural level. No youth, there is no need the youth should go to a city to earn. He can create his own earnings, a small business at the rural level. And that was a dream in 2013. And now we are doing actually the same thing. We are making the villages self sufficient. Why should they always sell just the fresh produce if they add the value? See, if they want to earn more, they should add value to whatever the produce they are doing. And what are the value addition possibilities are there at the farm gate? So there are various technologies actually. So we thought, okay, the drying can be one technology where the operations are very simple and the farmers can do that at the village level. And right now, certain villages, they are actually self-dependent because the raw material they are growing in their own farm. The washing, cutting, and the dehydration, all the operations are done at their household or the farm level. And then they are selling the dried product outside. They are earning. So I think that is the definition of the self-dependent village.
Thank you, ma'am. I guess your social work has been up to the mark. Now, my next question is that working with a team and leading them is a great job, but a tough one to do as well. So, what are the things, or maybe some team development skills or strategies that you would like to suggest or advise us as students?
Okay. So actually, see, it's a startup. In the startup, it's always a flat hierarchy. It's not like a boss, then reporting structure, and then reporting structure, and then reporting structure. In startup, we want to create the leaders who can sit next to me and say, okay, I will take the responsibility of this particular vertical, and you take the responsibility of this particular vertical. And when we are creating the next team of leaders, we always listen to them. That is one very much important thing because they are working on the ground. So listening to them is very important. Giving them the hand holding at every point is very important. And if the success is there, the success is of the team, the success is there. But if something doesn't go good or well according to the plan, then the boss or the leader, he should take the responsibility or she should take the responsibility. If someone from my team is facing certain problems, certain things are not going to the plan, so that time it is like कि नहीं, वो डर नहीं होना चाहिए अगर मैं करूंगी तो फेल हो जाऊंगी. इट्स ओके, फेलियर का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मेरा है, लेकिन अगर सक्सेस आता है तो दैट इज योर. So that gives the confidence to go ahead and they take the risk. And that is the beauty of the startup, that the people, they can take the risk, implement the things, and move ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for your answer, and definitely will get motivated by this. Now, as we know about the current global pandemic situation, so when students like us have to be at home because of which many of us have been distracted from the goals that we have set up due to addiction of social media or the obsession with television. So, what would be the advice that you would like to give us to keep us focused on our goals and reach great heights like you?
So first step, Ira, I think defining the goal is very important, because saying just okay, goals, and the objectives, everything. But how many of you already have the goals in your life? Goals is not like just to have the good marks in your examination or being the topper in your school or the college. The goals are about what is the value you are adding to your own self. What is the extra betterment you are doing to your own life? At the same time, what is the extra thing or the value you are adding to your family or your friends or your society? So defining the goals is the first thing, and making sure that you are achieving the goals. There is one term that is a Gantt chart, GANT, in management, and that is the objectives on one vertical and the timeline on the other vertical. So for one example, I will keep reading the new things every day, and to have this habit in place I will need 2 months. Second thing, I will help 4 other people to do this. Suppose next 2 months. So if you plot such things, it will be easy to map and realize, okay, what are the things we have already achieved and what are the things we are not able to achieve in the particular time frame. So systemic approach definitely helps. Defining the goals is very important.
Okay, ma'am. So now, this question that is coming for you is a bit different one. So the question is that if you had a magic stick, then what would be the change that you would want to make in this world, and why is that so?
Okay. So I think if I have the magic wand, I think I'll go and work at the multiple places at a time, because we want the change at a speed, not at a very slow pace. So if I'm working at one village right now, I wish I could work in all the villages in India at a time.
Okay, ma'am. So my next question for you is, ma'am, nowadays globally it is said that instead of packages, they ask for how many patents do you have on your name. And when I went through your biodata, I could notice that you have many patents on your name. So how would you motivate students like us to go for an innovation or a patent?
Okay. So it's again a mind change. You should have the environment around you about the innovations, how many scientific exhibitions you go and participate, how many new things which are not there in your books, but these are related to your subject or the topic. What are the things which are happening in the world? So those are the important things, and there is a particular scientific way of studying the papers, the research articles, and the start reading. What will happen? You will not understand anything at the start. After that, just start reading the abstract of the research paper or the conclusion of the research paper. Start reading the abstract of a patent, and again the last conclusion of the patent. If you start reading at the same time, it will start generating the ideas in your mind. And don't force yourself on a particular topic. You can create the magic in any topic of your interest. To have that magic, you should have interest in that particular one. Like I am a dentist, and at that time I faced the problem with the dental x-ray processing. There is a dark room, and we had to carry the films in the dark room and deep in the particular solutions, and the film is developed. Certain times it happened like the solutions are not of the good quality, or they are used multiple times. It's a time to change the solution, and the film is not developed to the mark so that the dentist can see the actual image. It all affect the patient. एक्सरे अच्छा नहीं आया है, क्या करना है? पेशेंट को अगेन एक्सपोज करो, और एक फिल्म रखो मुंह में, और एक बार एक्सपोज करो, शूट करो. पेशेंट को क्यों हम अननेसेसरी एक्स्ट्रा एक्सपोज करें टू द रेडिएशन? एंड दैट वाज द प्रॉब्लम इन माय माइंड कि नहीं, ये गलत हो रहा है. सो वी शुड, the problem lied with the solution and the processing part. That time the digital technology was not like in the day routine. Very few dentists had the digital technology that time. Now it is not like required, the developer and the processing. So that problem I identified, and we developed the dental x-ray processor, where we know कि first film का जो quality आएगा वही last film का भी same quality आएगा with the development, with the particular solutions. And that's why the problem identification is important, studying what the people in the world has done around that particular problem. and then developing your particular idea.
Thank you, ma'am. But then one more question that is related to this is that why aren't we as Indians not inclined to get the things or the products patented?
No, so see, there are multiple good universities. These are creating certain patents. If you take the admission to the master's degree or the PhD degree after graduation, mostly I have seen these things happening with the postgraduate and the PhD students, and the universities which are connected with the industry. They are always working for the solutions for the industry. They are coming with the good products, and they're coming with the good patents. So you can collaborate and contribute to certain universities if you can play a small role in the particular trying of certain trials or doing certain customer trials. Those small things you can also participate in. And I think these numbers are going really good nowadays.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. Now let's come back to your professional work a bit. So, what have you enjoyed the most about your company or about your business?
Okay. So, see, ultimately, it's a private limited company for profit. We are creating the impact in the lives of the farmers. At the same time, we are creating certain margins, which are we sharing with the farmers and especially the women farmers. When I am telling this story to the food industry or the company, they are very happy to work with us. Initially, it was an obstacle. They were not sure, okay, quality kya aayegi pata nahi. It is processed in the decentralized manner. 100 जगह पे तो dryers लगे हुए हैं, तो uniform quality कैसे दोगे and all. But when I go and pitch to them the story, okay, fine, we are working in the n number of villages, the women's are working, we are showing them the videos, and finally delivering the industry level quality products. So I think that is the best part, and I feel I enjoy it a lot. Like taking, if you're doing good is one part, but taking this good work and showing this to the industry, it's one thing which I enjoy the most.
Okay, ma'am. So, my next question is that how did you establish your work culture?
Work culture is like it's like a home for us. We don't treat like office where the people are like boss hai, sir bolna hai, ma'am bolna hai. Anyone can go to anyone, anyone can talk to anyone. We celebrate the small festivals and the birthdays also at the office. We celebrate the small things also in our office, like the certain dryers are installed with the women farmers. We also do certain events with the women farmers at the farms. And whenever we open a new geography, we go there, install the dryers with the farmers on the farms. So I think this is not a particular culture. It's a culture where everyone feels like, okay, it is not culture in the office also. It is not the culture with the farmers also. कि कोई company आया एक product बेचा या दिया and चला गया. No, it's a hand holding. It's like a family to us. If they are having certain problems, they directly call me ki, okay, I am facing this problem, that problem, what should I do? And anyone from our team is having the calls, so we answer the calls and they feel like, okay, this is my family and this is like a long term relationship. It is not a vendor supplier relationship.
Okay, ma'am. So my next question is that what is unique about your business? Like, could you please brief us about that?
Okay, so I will explain the business first. After that, I think it will definitely itself explain how unique it is. Actually, the dehydration or the drying of the food product is very traditional and conventional in India. We have seen our grandmas, dadi and nani, they are doing the drying in the open sun since ages. We are eating all the spices in the dried form. But there are certain problems with that dehydration. When we do the dehydration in the open sun, there are certain problems like the dust is there, insects are there, bird fallings are there, the uniform quality is not there. So we thought, okay, dehydration is one part. If we do the dehydration with the good quality, we can definitely add the value to the particular product. But here we have the farmer at the center. We install the dryers. First, we develop the dehydrators, the dryers. Then we install these small dryers with the women farmers. They purchase the dryers. We have given them the cutters also. We set the standard operating procedures. For example, if I take the example of onion, onion is like sometimes in a year it's 10 rupees a kg, sometimes it's 80 rupees a kg. So why should not we dry when it is 10 rupees a kg and use it when it is 80 rupees a kg in the market? Uh, Here we set the standard operating procedures how to dry the onion. So first the cutting of the onion, peeling of the onion, and then washing it, slicing it, loading in the dryer, and making the final dehydrated product. After that, in every village there are, suppose we are working in 16 villages right now, in every villages there are around 10 units are installed with the women farmers. They are drying according to the SOPs what is set with them, and our vehicle goes once in a week, collect all the dried material from them, and then we get all the material to our factory, and then we do the sorting, grading, metal detection, and the final packaging of the material, and then send to the food industry. So we can say it is not creating a big factory at one place, but it is like creating the small units with the farmers at their places. So it is completely a micro entrepreneurs we are creating. This is completely a decentralized model on which we are working right now. And that's why we have limited ourselves to Aurangabad right now, because our agriculture extension officers are there. We go and talk to the women farmers regularly. We understand what are the issues they are facing, if they're doing good, how do they understand the product is dry to the complete, how do they check ये product completely dry हुआ है नहीं हुआ है. So every time we give them the hand holding. So we are creating the micro entrepreneurs at the village level, and it is a completely decentralized processing getting to the centralized place. So I think this is a unique business model.
Thank you, ma'am, for letting us know about your business. Now, my next question is that how is entrepreneurship and the women who are working important for India as a whole?
See, women are very punctual in time. They are very disciplined. If they earn 100 rupees, they spend very wisely. And if they know they have to work 10 to 7, they work 10 to 7. They'll not see कि okay 6:45 हो गया है बस चलो अभी खत्म हो गया. In general, I have observed. See, I am not discriminating here like the men and the women, but in general, what I observed about the discipline and the things, it is very good with the farmers, the women farmers, what where we are actually working, and they are like homemakers and the home managers. If you give them the for example 1,000 rupees and you said them कि okay ठीक है 1,000 में आपको पूरा महीना घर चलाना है, they know how to use it wisely. So whenever we, and second part in this particular business of food dehydration, washing and the cutting, these are the daily house chores of an Indian housewife, because she is cooking, she knows how to handle the vegetables, she knows how to handle a spice. And that's why this business model of the food dehydration goes very well with the women entrepreneurs or the women farmers.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. Now, my next question is that as you have been associated with rural industry and agricultural sector, what future do you see for agriculture in the global market?
I see a very good future for the agriculture, because even if we look at the Indian agriculture sector, we are the second largest producer of vegetables. We are the second largest producer of fruits. We are the largest producer of many commodities. We are good in spices. We are good in grains. And now with the government support and the schemes, the FPOs are being formed. And the next generation, like अभी तक farmer था, farmer का बेटा आया, फिर उसका बेटा आया. So now the kids who are the farmers' kids, they are getting education and again coming in the farming sector. So they are creating the small, not only I am talking about our business, but they are creating the small businesses at the village level. Some people, they are working on the extrusion of oil, which is a kachi ghani oil. Some people are working on the sorting and grading. Some people who are the vegetable farmers, they are working on the cleaning and the cutting, chopping, and then packaging the vegetables. If you go and see the farmers in the Nasik area, they are working on the grapes export. They started exporting on their own. This is fantastic. Even certain farmers in other areas, they are exporting pomegranates. So all these people in the particular geographies, they are coming up with the next level of agriculture. They are not just growing, they are thinking about how we can process, how we can add the value in it, and how they can create more value for their neighbors and the other villagers. So definitely the future of India is definitely good. The export, if you see the export, which is growing every year on year, for every commodity, the export is like this. The line is very good.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. My next question is that could you please brief about your journey into the contribution of the empowerment of women as well as your work, like what you do?
Can you please repeat the question?
Ma'am, my question is that could you please brief about your journey in your contribution towards women empowerment?
Ira, I guess the whole business model is about the women empowerment. So starting from selecting the women farmers, giving them the material, then buying back from them and giving them the money, and again creating certain values after that product. It's all about the women entrepreneurship, and they learn by examples. For example, if I go to a village and I say ki chalo ata 50 महिला या आणि हे काम चालू करा, no, they will not understand. Because for them, I am someone who is sitting at Mumbai and asking them to do something. For that, I need to create the examples in their own village. Definitely, there is one person or two person who are the leaders, who are running the women self-help group and that particular village. They come ahead and say, okay, चालेल काही हरकत नाही, मी पहिल्यांदा चालू करते, or I will start it first. And when the other women in that particular village, they see, okay, she is earning good, so that I can also do. So always, whenever we start the new thing, we have to create the examples in their own vicinity, with their own people. And that is the base of like women entrepreneurship in the rural area that we observed very well.
Ira, if you could allow us to put forth a few questions.
Yes, sir, sure. No problem.
First of all, I would like to appreciate the journey of Sheetal ma'am, and it's really fascinating. Not only the post, her education, but even during the childhood, what she did mention about that particular incident, Diwali and the firecrackers. So I think you are really giving your time, talent, and pressure to the society. And through your dialogue, I could also understand that you are justifying with your personal as well as professional life, as well as social life. And what I felt was not only a person who is contributing for the society, but like one who is really having a great knowledge about the management. So to such a great personality we are listening today. And I have two questions. That is, one is like, as you said, that in our country, especially about the innovation and the research, we lay a lot of emphasis in a graduation or a post-graduation level. So when I have been seeing across the countries, it's like right from the school education, they lay an emphasis. And as you said, regarding this innovation, is that the first and most important thing is like, okay, how do you understand that, sympathize with that person, like as you gave a very good example of firecrackers. and then you start ideating with the things. So now my first question is like, how do we bring this thinking process, like design thinking, in the school children, and especially related to agriculture? Because right now in like, okay, across, when it is spoken innovation is only going ahead with the technology, and as we are the country, agriculture country, as you just mentioned some statistics, and the statistics is like, okay, going upward with the export, and we have a great scope in the global market when if we will focus more on our agriculture. So what would be the areas which you would suggest to our children as well as to us, like we can take it ahead? Just to give you an example, we had done one theme, farm to plate. That is our integrated English program, and under that we had done this particular aspect, like farm to plate. We had talked about most of the processes, like, okay, how that it comes to your plate, and that's very important. Like, we should make our children aware. And frankly speaking, like, some of the students of our school, they have gone into the food technology, and they're taking a lot of interest. So I just wanted to know, like, how do we motivate the children to take up the innovation towards the agriculture or agro-based products industry, and how do we motivate them towards going for this ideation, design thinking, and patenting?
Okay, so I guess it's a long question, but I'll try to answer this. See, I come from the place which is Ambajogai in Bid district. It is a taluka place, and I studied in a Marathi medium school. And when I was small, I was in the school. शाळेमध्ये फक्त चांगले मार्क मिळवायचे. का मिळवायचे? बिकॉज तुम्हाला एंट्रन्स एक्झाम द्यायची, तुम्हाला 10वी बोर्ड द्यायचे. 10वी बोर्डमध्ये खूप चांगले मार्क मिळाले पाहिजेत, 12वी बोर्डमध्ये खूप चांगले मार्क मिळाले पाहिजे, सीईटी मध्ये टॉप केलं पाहिजे. Why? Because you want to become a doctor, or you want to become an engineer, or you want to become a chartered accountant. But याच्या पलीकडे जाऊनही जग आहे. Like, at least for me, when I was small, these are the only 3 to 4 profession: doctor, engineer, CA, आणि जास्तीत जास्त तुम्ही टीचर बना. चारच्या पलीकडे, ऍटलीस्ट फॉर द गर्ल्स, नो वन इज सेइंग की हा तुम्ही ऍग्रिकल्चर मध्ये जाऊन काम करू शकता. नो वन इज सेइंग दॅट. अँड वी नेवर नो की बीएससी ऍग्रिकल्चर केल्यानंतर ऍग्रिकल्चर मधला MBA असतो. That I came to know now, because certain students, when I am going and talking to the people in the industry, I am selling a product, the purchase person or the supply chain management person, he is saying, I am Ahmedabad, I have done the agriculture management. Boss, what is agriculture management? I don't know. I am from the place. माझ्या पूर्ण गावातून कोणी केलेलं नाही agriculture management. Nowadays people are doing, but when I was small, मला नव्हतं माहिती. So first thing is widening the horizon. Just not look at these particular 4-5 things. Okay, मला मोठं होऊन हेच व्हायचं आहे. No, you can think about it. Second thing is, like, entrepreneurship we should do from the childhood. Like, if the kid is asking for the certain things, we always say, चुबस तुला काही कळत नाही. Don't understand anything. Don't ask certain question. No, that is the curiosity, the innovation you are saying. When a kid asks what, why, answer them. Whatever the language they understand, answer them. And throw them in the difficult situation. Let's try to do. Nowadays, like, even I am there, I have a kid of 5 years old, and most of the people are having 1 or the 2 kids, and we always have a guilt factor. I'm working for the whole day, only I am having 2 to 3 hours in the evening. So in the 2 to 3 hours, whatever the kid will ask, I will give him. No, put them in the difficult situation. Try them to, like, त्यांनी त्यांचे प्रॉब्लेम स्वतः सॉल्व्ह करू द्या. तुम्ही मागे उभा राहा, त्यांच्या प्रत्येक प्रश्नाला उत्तर द्या. And then they will start thinking, no, why this is happening? If the kid is asking, I want a ice cream, so ask them, चलो आज गेम खेलते हैं कि कोई आइसक्रीम बेचेगा, बाकी सारे बच्चे आइसक्रीम परचेस करेंगे. Ask them कि चलो आज तुम्हें फॅक्टरी लगाना है. व्हेरी स्मॉल थिंग. आनंद मेला आपल्याला वाटतं खूप स्मॉल गोष्ट आहे की सगळ्यांनी स्टॉल लावायचे, कुणाचा सेल होणार आहे, कुणाचा नाही होणार आहे. बट दिस इज अ स्टार्ट ऑफ एंटरप्रिनरशिप, इजंट इट? And at the same time, they understand की माझं आता 50 प्रॉडक्ट मी बनवून आणलेले असेच राहिले, ते वाया चालले. दॅट इज अ इन्व्हेंटरी मॅनेजमेंट. लास्ट मिनिटाला जाऊन पुस्तकामध्ये गोष्टी नाही समजत. When you go through the situation and then they start thinking, they have all the kids have brain, all the kids have everything with them. It is just how we nurture them. सांगा ना लहान मुलाला, टाक ना आईस्क्रीमची फॅक्टरी टाकू आपण. चल आज कोणतं आईस्क्रीम बनवलं तू, उद्या कोणतं आईस्क्रीम बनवणार आहे, आपण किती दुकानांमध्ये हे विकायचं, हे आपण कोणाला विकायचं, मग त्याच्यासाठी तू दूध कुठून आणणार आहेस, तू साखर कुठून आणणार आहेस. वी आईस्क्रीम मागितलं, हा चल घेऊन टाक आईस्क्रीम. नो, लेट देम अंडरस्टँड ते कुठून आलाय तो प्रॉडक्ट. अँड दिस इज इवन द थिंग इन द स्कूल. सेकंड थिंग विथ द स्कूल गोईंग किड्स, इट इज लाईक की you have to think on every problem. Many things we accept, हे असंच आहे. No, if there is a problem, then you have to think why it is there. When every time the why comes to your mind, की नाही हा problem आहे. Innovation starts with the thing is the problem identification. तुम्हाला जर तुम्ही स्टार्टिंगलाच ऍक्सेप्ट केलं की नाही असंच आहे, हे प्रॉब्लेम नाहीच आहे. नो, असं जर बोललं असेल तर मोबाईल फोन्स कधी आलेच नसते. लँडलाईन वरून काम होतच होते. लँडलाईनच्या आधी विदाऊट फोन पण काम होतच होते ना. सो इट इज ऑलवेज लाईक की व्हाय शुड बी देअर. The teachers, the parents, they should always support the kids with their all why questions and let them think. If they ask why, you answer one question and ask them again next 4 why. असं का, तुला का पाहिजे, कशाला पाहिजे, and after that तू कुठून मिळवशील, हे नसेल तर तू काय करणार आहेस. So ask them the questions rather than saying चुबस त्याची तुला आता गरज नाही. No, I think this is something I learned because my upbringing in such a way, my parents asked me question every time. I didn't get anything at a first stroke. I need to explain. So when you start explaining, you start thinking. And in thinking, then you realize, okay, this is a problem. This can be the solution. And I'll take the problem and solution, both things to the teacher or both things to my parent, and they will approve. They will not suggest this is a solution. They will approve. Okay, this is option A, option B, option C. And this is the starting of design thinking. There are many professions. From Ambazogai, a taluka place, Marathi medium ची शाळा, I could not speak in English. पूर्ण मराठी मीडियम मधलं एज्युकेशन होतं. आय कुड नॉट स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. अँड देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स फ्रॉम अंबाजोगाई आय वेंट टू लातूर. फ्रॉम लातूर जिल्ह्याचं ठिकाण होतं. देन लातूर वरून औरंगाबादला पुढचं एज्युकेशन झालं. औरंगाबाद वरून वेन आय गो टू आय वेंट टू मुंबई. द एव्हरी टाइम द पीपल चेंज्ड. Every time the surrounding changed, and that particular surrounding is also very important. When you change the surrounding of the kids, the school going kids, put them in the different scenarios, send them alone. They are mature enough. Send them alone. They understand the situation. They handle it in a different way. Sometimes we also don't see ki अच्छा हे असं पण केलं जाऊ शकलं असतं. But they understand that. And I guess that is somewhere the start of design thinking and the innovation and widening the horizons.
Lovely answer. I think you have given a wonderful answer that how it is practically seen with the animals. Even the animals, like, okay, right at the young age, they put them in a difficult situation, and they see that they imbibe all those skills which are required to survive in the life. So I guess the teachers and the parents who are listening, they can really understand, because nowadays we are overprotecting the students, the kids, and that overprotection, we should take it away. And we should put them in a difficult situation, thoughtful situation, wherein they should think. And most important, as ma'am said, we should accept the solution, whatever they are coming up. Because if you do not accept, then they won't come up with the other solution. So I totally agree. And definitely we will try to work on the path which you have suggested. And the next question is like, we being a school, we truly believe in the social responsibility. And we have been taking a lot of initiatives as a social responsibility of the students. May it be like, okay, adopting one of the school, going to the ashram and doing some service. Not only that, but the SDGs, the 17 SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, even we have been emphasizing on that. So listening to your story and your work, your contribution, I really got motivated to get associated with your S4S, and however our bit we could do it, we could contribute, because I know it will be again a win-win situation for the students, not only like they would take ahead the social responsibility, but they would also take away the learning from you and your organization. So I would be happy to get associated and would request like how you can ask the children to get associated with such initiations in the society.
Sure. And one more thing, when you mention about the social responsibility, nowadays every kid is very well connected with the social media. And many times I observed whomsoever is working for a social cause, they are doing just for the social media purpose. I'll click the selfie, I'll upload on the social media, then many people will see and they will appreciate, okay, wow, 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 wow. But at the same time, they should understand the basic things about that particular responsibility they are doing. And if certain activities are not posted on the social media, that is also okay. It is not always like you should matlab kaam karacha one and then you are showing like with the 10 pics. That is okay. The awareness is also important. It is motivating to the other people, but it should not be just for the social media. It should be always there in real.
Absolutely correct. Anybody else? I have done with my questions.
Thank you so much, sir. Ma'am, last but not the least, but what would be the message you would like to give to young entrepreneurs to become successful in their lives?
First, think about like you want to be an entrepreneur. It's not always like की जा आणि कुणासाठी तरी काम करा आणि जॉब करा. नाही. If you want to play, there can be the different beautiful games. Why don't you think, okay, we four can start an industry. I can be the CEO, you can be the CEO, you can be the CFO. Understand these words ना. काही नाहीये, फक्त नावं मोठे आहेत. ऑपरेशन्स मॅनेज करणारा सीईओ असतो, फायनान्स मॅनेज करणारा सीएफओ असतो, सीईओ ओव्हरऑल मॅनेजमेंट करणारा असतो. Why don't you think like this? And then there is a book like My Life in Full just now came in the market by Indra Nui, and she is a CEO for the long time. She is having 2 kids. She is having the balance in her work life and her personal life. So read such things about the entrepreneurship, and there are no boundaries. It's just your thinking. You can be anyone. You can become anyone, whatever you want.
Ma'am, I would like to ask one question. You are from the agriculture sector, and there you are helping the people to come up. So, a few years back, we came across a word organic farming, and that word is like represent came in our mind many a time, and people are also getting towards it. So what is the future of organic farming in India or in the world? Is it is going to like really because one side when you see the population is increasing and the rate of like agricultural land is taken up by the construction site and all these things. So on the other side, the agricultural land is decreasing, and the demand for the farm products is increasing. And to meet those demand, if we go through the organic farming, then the
Yield is less.
production, yes, that will be less. So how we are going to balance all these things, and what is the scope for like organic farming in the future in India?
Okay, see, the awareness in India for the organic farming is not yet there as much, and the pricing are always high because the yield is low. It is very simple. If for 1 acre of land, a conventional product is coming 10 ton, depending upon the product, the organic product will come less. That's why the pricing are high. But the people, as the population is increasing, they are not ready to pay that extra premium for the particular organic product. And second thing, there is like at least in case of spices, because you are from Sangli area, I would like to say turmeric is from your belt. The huge turmeric is coming from your belt. There is not always a need to go for the organic one. Integrated pest management is one part where you are allowed to use the pesticides, particular pesticides in the small or the particular the quantities, and the areas can be managed. Here, the education is must. Education is must to the farmers. Which pesticide should be used? How much quantity it should be used? It should not be always like की पहिल्याच वर्षी तुम्ही नाही सांगू शकत की मला 12वीची परीक्षा पास व्हायची. 2 रस्ते आधी क्रॉस करा, स्टेप वाईज जा. So integrated pest management is one. After that, the organic farming will come. And when the pricing will match, the organic and the conventional. Then only it will bring the revolution. जोपर्यंत ऑर्गॅनिकचे प्राइसेस हाय आहेत तोपर्यंत ओनली द niche strata of the society will eat the organic products. Other people, they will okay because हे 20 रुपये किलो आहे, हे 15 रुपये किलो आहे, people will go for the 15 rupees kg product. That is very clear. Second thing is that in the name of organic, like I am working with the farmers, I am buying directly from the farmers. They are saying आमचं product organic आहे. Okay, fine. There is a certification. There is no certification in place. At the same time, certain farmer groups are there who are having the certificates, but if I ask them what are the practices you followed, which are the things you have used, they don't have the data. So the proper fit is not there yet in organic farming, what I can see. And in the domestic market, the consumption of the organic is slightly increasing, but definitely the demand for the conventional is more.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your great suggestions, your advice, as well as sharing your own experience and your journey with us today. It's been a great experience interacting with you today. So probably now it's time to come to an end. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who have worked really hard to make this interactive session a success. I, Ira Kabade, on behalf of Podar International School and Junior College Sangli, first of all extend my most sincere gratitude to Goddess Durga for making today's event a resounding success. With her blessings and grace, we were able to make this event a memorable one. May she keep showering her blessings in the future as well. I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Sheetal Somani Kasit ma'am, who spared her time from her busiest schedule to grace this occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely encourage us in the future. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. Thank you so much, ma'am, for attending this event with us today once again. A special mention to our respected principal, Sir Mr. G.B. Patil, and our vice principal, Sir Mr. Neeraj Rai, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and standing as the pillars of strength. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank our loving teachers for their guidance and for giving me this opportunity. Our sincere gratitude also goes to all the parents, our well-wishers, and all the online viewers for your rock-solid support system and encouragement. Thank you so much for attending this event. Finally, I would like to thank our Student Council Committee and our budding Podarites who made this event a successful one.